So I left off on the last segment as we're talking about where we're going with this thing, with some statements to the effect that certain people in my life have changed the way they've been formative. They have been caused me to look at the world through different light. And it's so funny. I'm talking about how we do this. I do this to preserve, not a dying lifestyle, or I don't want to get dramatic about it, but dude, the world I grew up in freaking rocked, man. I took guns to school. There were no school shootings. I'd take a gun to school, sign it in at the office, and hunt my way home. On the days that I took a gun to school, I wore my knife all day through school. There were no issues. Every pickup in the parking lot for the rich kids. I mean, I wasn't a rich kid, so we didn't drive. I rode the bus all the way through my high school years. But all the rich kids had pickups and guns right out there. Nobody stole them. Nobody messed with the school. Nobody shot each other. I mean, it's just the idea of one of us even inadvertently pointing a gun at someone was just foreign to our consciousness. Guns are not for pointing at people. So I liked that. And watching the dumbification of our culture, the absolute, and studying into this YouTube thing it just brings so many of these things home. In American culture today, I could increase my viewership if I wanted to, and this is a hot tip, by learning an English accent. That's just unbelievable. It's true. Absolutely, incontrovertibly true. And I have to believe that those of you in jolly old England, when they see that same thing leveled at Aussies, yeah, put on an Aussie accent, you do the same thing. It's like, friggin' out, gyps. I get some of this background stuff, guys. But I grew up, when I was in Minnesota, I grew up in the Midwest. I moved there when I was 9 or 10 years old and lived there all through my years. I remember I was working in a gun store, and we were in a prison town, Sandstone, Minnesota. So had a state pen outside, and a crew came in to do a bunch of work on the pen, and the construction foreman was from Texas. And I went out and about with him a few times. What I'm talking about here is something that's to watch that man walk into a bar and open his mouth and the clothes would fall off all the little blonde-haired Scandinavian girls in that bar was just mind-blowing. He could walk in and say, "So I hear it's going to rain." And every girl in the place would come over and say, "I love your accent," or some derivative thereof. Amazing, amazing stuff that has to do with presentation. And it's meaningless. It's meaningless, absolute garbage, and I refuse to go down that road. I simply refuse. I look at where England has gone now and its relevance in the world and its relevance to me and its relevance. I watch the English TV shows and I vomit. I grew up when Monty Python was insightful, cutting edge, daring, setting standards, freaking people out. Yeah, those blowhogs over in America don't even understand this stuff. We got a brand of you. All of these things somewhat true. But now to be still, is to think for a minute that I'm going to go on YouTube and fall into that mold of idiocy. I watch English shows now that are purported to be manly and are purported to be, this is how we and our mates are going to go out and reclaim our manliness. And I'm going, people, you know less about life or cars or guns than the druggy trailer trash down the street in town here where I live. It's amazing. So, this all goes back to information can be gained, information can be held, and information can be lost. But in most cases, the information is still around. What's lost is the ability to think incisively. So, what we're trying to do with these presentations, is not teach you squiddle. I don't know, maybe you'll learn something, maybe you won't. Not sell you anything. Just come with me on this journey to explore exploration, to revel in the beauty of this brain that God gave us, and to go off in the long term learning, and enjoying every step of that learning. It's like fishing new waters every day. It's like hunting a new area every day. And making a gun shoot, learning why a gun shoot, learning which question to ask, which person to have do it, this is really, really rewarding stuff, guys. This is like the essence of who we are, what we are, forward-facing eyes and canines. Let's give it and get it. So that's where I just wanted to, my segues are really odd because I run out of time. I have to go turn the camera off, turn it on. Someday maybe I'll edit this stuff all together and it'll make more sense. But for now, we're just putting out there why we're here, what we plan to do, and then you'll get to watch what we do, something probably completely different than what we planned. But plans are what they are, you know.